Beautiful. In tabletop position, we're going to start to lengthen the arms, bring the chest down towards the mat. So roll the sit bones up towards the ceiling. Get a nice arch in that lower back. Let the chest be proud down towards the mat. Lengthen the arms as much as is comfortable so that you feel a nice big stretch through the shoulders and the chest. Hopefully the head reaches the mat. If not, you can pop it on a block. Or if it's comfortable, just let it hang. And gently start to release. So rising back up with the arms, bring the knees nice and close together, relax the toes. Sit back on the heels. Bring the hands down by the feet. Let that spine round. Just relax the head for a moment. Palms facing up towards the ceiling. Again, breathing into the shoulders. Back of the heart space. And then we'll stretch. Again, those shoulder blades, back of the heart space a little bit more with our rabbit or hare pose. Be careful. There are issues with the neck. I think we're all good with this one, so we've all done it plenty of times before. We're grabbing hold of the heels. Well, first of all, just lift the head a bit and then see if you can bring the crown down. So the hips might lift as you try to bring the crown down. That's okay. Trying to get that crown down onto the mat and then start to lift the hips up, up, up and away. So you want to have nice lengthened arms. You want to feel a tug on the heels with the hands. That's where you get the stretch through the shoulders. Take a few breaths. Stretching the back of the heart space as well. When you're ready, gently release. My voice goes all funny when I'm in that flow. Rise up slowly and gently. If it's comfortable, just sit on the knees for a moment. If not, come around onto the sit bones. We're going to be coming onto the sit bones anyway. Just allow a few breaths. And then come round onto the sit bones. So, soles of feet come together. Bring those heels nice and close in. Grab hold of the feet. Just going to warm up the hips a little bit for the next little section. So let's take a little flutter. Spine is straight. Focus on the breath. Next, inhale, squeeze those knees in. Exhale, push them down as far as is comfortable. Keep them where they are. Take a breath in. Breathe out, lengthen forwards. Lengthen that spine. Try and relax the shoulders. Focus on the breath. And inhale, rise back up. Exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. So take those legs long, take some water if you want some. We're going to, because I know we just did a little standing sequence, didn't we? A little bit on the floor now, so if you do, if you've got hot and you want to pop something warmer on as well, please do. And then when we're ready, it's just me. The legs are long, sorry, it's me holding everybody up if I jump on. Bend the right knee, and then take the right foot over the left leg. So ideally, we'd like to try a full option half Lord of the Fishes, but don't worry if not, it's not a problem. You can just come out of it and then come into the next shape afterwards. If you go for the full option, we're going to try and come straight into the next shape. So we'll try that full option. If not, just stay with that left leg lengthened. Right leg comes over and then bend the left knee. The hips, the sit bones might just lift as you do that. So then just see if you can get both of those sit bones back down. Good. Trying to flex that left foot a little bit, spine nice and straight. Take a breath in. And as we breathe out, we're twisting round to the right, wrapping that left arm around the right knee, thigh, taking the right hand behind. So use the hand here as well to open up that right shoulder in this twist. You can use both of the arms, so right hand behind. We're doing the usual inhaling to lengthen the spine, exhaling to twist. You might want to creep that hand a little bit further round after a few breaths and open up that right shoulder a bit more. We're also thinking about that left arm. If you want to, you can extend that left arm, back of the elbow, comes onto the right thigh. And again, see how much of a stretch you want to feel through the shoulder blade on the left side. Taking a few breaths. And then next inhale, let's release, come back to center. So I think we're all, if we're not all in full, don't worry, you can come to this pose the usual way, but I think we all are. If not, just give me a wave or something. And if you're not sure how to get into this next pose, so coming into cow face pose, Gomukhasana, what we're going to try and do is just take the fingers down, lift the sit bones, and then see if you can walk that right foot a little bit further round. And we're aiming to line up the knees. So at this point, you can pop yourself on a block as well if you want to. It can help to set up for cow face pose or Gomukhasana. It does make it a lot easier on a block. Flexing both of those feet, spine nice and straight. In fact, I'm going to put myself on a block. So obviously we are getting a stretch, a big stretch here through the hips and the glutes and the knees and the thighs and the ankles. But also we're going to bring in the arms and stretch out the chest and the shoulders, the triceps, everything around that area. So when we're ready, inhale, the left arm comes all the way up. Exhale, take it down the back of the neck. Should have said, if you want to take a band, please do. Or you can just use, grab hold of clothing. Try not to let the chin drop. Inhale, right arm out. Exhale, take it up and behind. So we're not trying to look up or anything like that. We're just keeping the head in line with the spine as we would do with breath work. Breathing, speaking of breath work, feeling that big stretch with the left tricep, armpit, chest, rib cage, shoulder. And if we want a little bit more, we can sort of take it into a gentle forward fold, which I can't do very well on a block. I seem to be able to do it much better not on a block. So that does increase the stretch through the hips and the glutes. And my body doesn't want to do it this evening. A couple more breaths wherever you are. I know why, it's because I've been cleaning the house. God. Oh dear. Thank goodness for yoga after house cleaning. Start to release and relax those arms. Release the legs. Oh, give them a little shake out. Well done. Just lengthen them out, doing whatever you need to. We'll go to the other side. So legs are long, bending the left knee, left foot goes over the right leg. If you want to keep that right leg long and straight, you can take your twist from there. If not, we're going to try to bend the right knee as well. So at this point, we're not trying to line up the knees or anything like that. We're just in a half Lord of the Fishes, but we are trying to get both of those sit bones down, flexing the feet, taking a breath in. And as we breathe out, we're twisting to the left, wrapping that right arm around, chin, knee. A left hand behind, and again here, let's focus our awareness on the shoulders as we breathe. Inhaling to lengthen the spine, exhaling to twist a little bit more. And just feeling how much you want to open up that left shoulder, maybe using the hand, squiggling it round a little bit. Don't overstretch. If you want as well, you could extend the right arm and the elbow goes onto that thigh. And you can just feel into that right shoulder blade as you twist there as well. Breathing. And when we're ready, let's start to gently release and twist. Remember, you can put yourself on a block if you want to. Let's come into our Gomukrasana, cow face pose. So it helps me just to lift up the sit bones so that I can slide my knees into position. Clearly my body's okay with it on this side. I was having to be on a block on the other side. So yeah, just listen to your body, see what it wants to do if you want to put yourself on a block. Woohoo! And then when we're ready, we could bring in the arms. So inhale, right arm comes all the way up. Exhale, take it down the back of the neck. Inhale, left arm out. Exhale, up and behind. Use a band if you want to, or you can just imagine those fingers reaching, or grab hold of the jumper. Spine nice and straight. Try not to let the chin drop. Feel that big stretch through the chest, the shoulders, heart space. Quite intense on the old glutes and hip flexors as well. Might feel it on the knees a little bit. And you can stay here in an upright position, or you can take a few breaths folding forwards. Remember, this does increase the stretch through the hips and the glutes. And as we fold forwards, try not to let the chin come down and the elbow start to come down. We're still lengthening as if we would do in a forward fold. We're still trying to lengthen the spine. And inhale, let's release wherever we are, unravel those arms, well done. There ain't no tension left in these shoulders. Release the legs, give them a little shake out. Oops, say that from there, but I'm thinking about putting this video on YouTube and Rumble, so give those legs a little roll out. Let's do a bit of breath work. So make sure you're comfortable and warm. Same as last week actually, we're going to do some respiratory system cleanse for the heart, the lungs, that whole area. Let's bring this a little bit closer. And an invitation to hold Angelo Mudra, Namaste, with the hands. And as you bring the palms of those hands together, you can just notice, if you want to, you can be a little bit active with this, again into the shoulders. So the more you push the palms together, the more you feel that through the shoulders. But obviously don't make it uncomfortable for yourself while you're doing breath work. So first of all, hands in, Namaste, Anjali Mudra. Thumbs connected to the sternum if it's comfortable, connecting to the heart. Pushing the palms together as much as you feel is comfortable, and you can release that off as we go through the breath work, or keep it. Eyes are closed or gaze is softened. Awareness on the breath. Your own time, a few rounds of respiratory system cleanse, breath of fire, Kapalabhati breath. We take a breath in through the nose and then a puff of air out through the nose as we contract the tummy muscles in. And that movement is coming from the navel. So just take these at a comfortable pace. If you feel that the breath is getting out of control, just stop, breathe in and out through the nose, and then start again when you're ready. So it's a very good check for the mindfulness, to check that we're present and in the moment. So if we notice, especially with this one, that it begins to be very fast and out of control, that's a good way of, oh, I must have, the mind must have gone off into another place. And I've let go of my awareness of this pranayam, of this breath work. So keeping it nice and controlled. So there's plenty of things to keep the mind focused on this moment. There's the breath work, and then not forgetting the palms of the hands, how much you feel you'd like to push them together. You could maybe even just play around with that and keeping the awareness in that space, in the heart space, in the chest and the shoulders, feeling that whole effect. And even if you're pushing those palms together, being mindful of trying to relax the shoulders at the same time. So if it's comfortable for you, just a few more rounds. Remember, you can take breaks. And if you do take a break, each time you take a break, you could notice, hopefully, the expansion in the lungs that this creates, this breath work. And let go of that breath. Keep the hands in Anjali Mudra. Breathe in and out through the nose. Feel into the heart space. Great breath work for moving the energy up. Quite nice, moved it up from the solar plexus and into the heart. Feel that sense of vitality, warmth in the heart space. And release and relax that mudra. Just let the arms relax in the lap. And if it's comfortable for you as you breathe in and out through the nose, just take a few gentle, relaxed shoulder rolls. A few times backwards, a few times forwards, just working with the breath. And then your next inhale, take the shoulders up. Exhale. Roll them back and down, a nice big deep breath in and out through the nose. Wriggle the fingers and the toes. And palms come back together again. Rub those palms. Place the hands over the eyes. Open the fingers. Rub the cheeks and the throat and the knees a few times one way. And a few times the other way. Wonderful. Good. So, I'm not teaching the class now, by the way. There's no stress to get away on time because it's been cancelled. It's all changed on a minute-to-minute basis. So we're going to come down to a reclined for a few stretches in recline before we go into relaxation. So coming off your block or your cushion, making sure you're nice and warm, taking anything down with you that you want to bring. Arms come out in front, taking a breath in. And as we breathe out, dropping the chin down onto the chest and rolling it down. I'll just give you all a few moments to come down. I know what I'm like when I come into a reclined position if I'm starting to prepare for Shavasana. I've got all sorts of socks, blankets, pillows, bolsters. But we're not going there just yet, we're nearly there. So once we're all down, bend the knees, and then bring those knees all the way into the chest. So hugging the knees into the chest. Now with the knees hugged into the chest, take the right leg and cross it over the left. Keep those knees hugged in if you can. Bring the arms to cactus position on the mat, on the floor where you are. Take a breath in, and as we breathe out, we're going to twist over to the left. Look to the right. So just we're not trying to keep the knees high, but don't aggravate anything in the back. Take those knees over as far as you can whilst trying to keep the shoulders down. That big, quite intense stretch, I think, through the shoulders and the chest. And twist on the spine. If it feels too much to have the knees hugged in, you can just lower the knees down. So you've got that option. Take the knees a little bit lower. And then inhale and twist, come back to center. So keeping the knees hugged in, if we can, just uncross that leg and swap sides. This time the left leg comes over, the knees are hugged into the chest, the arms are at cactus, taking a breath in as we breathe out, twist to the right. Look to the left, see how it feels with those cactus arms. If you're anything like me, I've got quite a lot of tightness in my shoulders. So just be gentle with yourself. You don't have to throw those knees over. Take them as far as is comfortable. Breathe into the chest, the shoulders, the spine. And then inhale and twist and come back to center. Unravel that leg, just take the legs long for a moment. We're going to go into a full body stretch. So lengthening, pointing the toes, take the arms all the way up. And just stretch into the hips, the thighs, everything we've been working there and stretching there. Breathe into the quads. Breathe into the whole of the body, the spine, the belly. Shoulders, the chest, the arms. And then exhale as you gently start to relax those arms and bend the knees. Finishing with our option plow halasana. So that's the shoulder stand where you just take the legs straight back. So we're going to do a little shoulder stretch. But you can stay just with your shoulder stand if you want to. You still get a nice release of tension through those shoulders. If you do want to come into plow halasana, you're taking the legs all the way over and back. If you want to, you can set up a block just above the, well actually not just above the head, a bit further above the head, where you think the toes might land. You might be able to get the toes down onto the mat or the floor, which is fine. So if you're comfortable with this, remember, don't look from side to side. The knees are bent, and we can use the hands just to start rolling up and down. See if we can get the hips lifted on a roll, maybe. And if we can, taking the hands around the back of the waist. I've got out of the habit of doing this, but really should try to get the thumbs pointing towards the belly. It's quite difficult. And then you can stay there, or you can bring one leg down, the other leg down. You can do it slowly, you can do it onto a block. If you're comfortable coming into Pranayam, both of the legs, maybe the toes, touch the mat or the block. And then for a little extra of shoulder stretch, if you are in that full plough, the arms are down on the mat, interlink the fingers, really lengthen those arms, interlinking the fingers underneath your body. And take a few more breaths. Release any final tension in those shoulders. Beautiful stretch, I feel, on the hamstrings and the calves as well, especially if you're sort of flexing the feet if you're in plough. Got those toes down, heels up. And then after a few breaths, coming out of plough, shoulder stand, whichever you're in, nice and gently, you might want to use the hands down on the mat to help you to roll out slowly and gently. Well done. Beautiful way to set up the body and the whole energy for relaxation. As I said, I'm not going to teach the other class now. Quite excited about that, as you can tell, because there's a storm outside. So I think I started a couple of minutes, 2 or 3 minutes late. I'll make sure that we have a full hour. We'll finish 2 or 3 minutes after 6. So if you need to go before then, please do. Make sure you're nice and comfortable. So find your savasana, whatever feels good for you. Setting up with blankets. It's definitely blankety type of weather. Closing the eyes or just softening the gaze. And noticing as the body becomes still, how your awareness comes back to the gentle inflow and outflow of your breath. And each breath that you take, allow yourself to become more relaxed, more comfortable, more at peace. Breathing from the crown of the head all the way down to the tips of the toes. Allowing yourself to let go. Surrender into the mat. Feel the weight of the body. Notice yourself sinking a little bit more with each breath. Back of the head, shoulder blades, the arms. The upper back, the hips and the buttocks, the legs. Perhaps noticing the heels as they sink deeper. Body feeling heavy. Each and every muscle letting go. Softening the jaw. Feeling the eyelids becoming heavy. Focusing on the neck and the shoulders, the chest. Feeling that expansion and that sense of relaxation through the whole area. Expanding down the arms, relaxing the hands, the fingers. Allowing any remaining tension to leave the belly, mid-back, further into the hips, the pelvis, the buttocks. Relaxing the legs even more, all the way down to the ankles, feet and toes. Noticing peace, stillness with the physical body, but also with your energy, your mind. You come back to that familiar place, your inner world. Giving yourself this time to relax, unwind, and float away. And let's slowly and gently begin to reawaken. Taking a few deeper breaths, feeling that sense of cleansing on the inhale. Fresh new energy coming into the body, the lungs, the heart space. And then when you're ready, start to wriggle the fingers and toes. Bend the knees one at a time, placing the soles of the feet down. And bring the palms together. Rub the palms. And then when you're ready, place the hands over the eyes. Opening the eyes as you gently open the fingers, rubbing the cheeks and the throat. Roll it over onto your right hand side. Take your time to push yourself back up to seated. Thanks everybody. Inhale, big circle, palms together. Exhale. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.